Hey guys, how's it going? Midway Piper here. I hope all is well. It's a hot one today. It's actually only 80 degrees, but the hardly a cloud in the sky and all the humidity. It's all out today. Had a nice couple of last 2 days where the humidity hasn't been too bad, but it's all sorts of back today. So figure in today's video, I'll do something I didn't think I was going to talk about, but heck, why not? And that, of course, is what I do. I talked about evenings I work at my local gym, and that's just an evening gig, but I'm always talking about how tired in the long hours that I work, so I figured I'd talk a little bit about what it is that I do because it's very strange and unusual, and it is not something that most people do. But first, housekeeping. I have the Scallion, the Savinelli 320 Foresta model, rusticated. And in it, I have some X1X mixture. It's Jonathan Piper X1X's signature mix. It is half Aaronmore mixture and Gawith and Hogarth's cherry vanilla. 50-50. And I've had this for a little while now. They've been melding in a jar. I made a pretty big batch of it a while ago. I think I did 2 tins of Aaronmore and an equal amount of Gawith and Hogarth when I found it. I was able to find it. It was hard to get for a while, but it's a pretty good mixture. Nice on a hot day like this. Sort of that tropical fruitiness of the Aaronmore comes through nicely. And of course with it, 7-Up Tropical, because it's hot. All right, so my day job, what I do. Well, first things first. I graduated from college in 2010. And right out of college, I got an internship working at the International Wolf Center in Ely, Minnesota. I went to college. I majored in wildlife science. I had about a 5-month internship in Ely, Minnesota, teaching programs about wolves. And that was an interesting experience. When I was in school, or I went to school, as I wanted to work with wildlife. I didn't want to work with people. And then senior year, I understood that the wildlife are just fine. It's the people that are causing the problems. So that was a wake-up call. And I realized that as a high introvert, I had to I had to work with people for a living. Ugh. So I got the internship, and it was I'm either going to get over this introversion or I'm going to go home early. Well, I didn't go home early, and still haven't got over the introversion. So after that internship ended, I came out to where I currently live, and I spent about I guess 6 months working at a local kennel with rescue dogs, and that's where I got my first dog. Was there, and my current dog actually from the same rescue group. But that kennel was run like crap. I hated it. The people running it. It was, I believe, New York's largest kennel, and it was poorly run, poorly managed. And I was working. There's several different buildings, and I was working on any given day 2 to 3 different buildings, which should have been 3 to 4 people's worth of work, and I had that all to myself. And I was in a. I was getting in a very bad mood because super worn down and exhausted. They definitely had the mindset of, oh, you're a guy, so you can get to do all the heavy work. So every time it snowed, I had to go out and shovel all the runs, plus take care of all the dogs and all the buildings I had. And one day my manager asked me to do something, and I looked her in the face and I said, no, you do it. It had been one of those days where I had come in, shoveled. I was taking care of the 3 buildings, and she asked me to do something else. And she had one small building. It's one person's worth of work. And she had just that. So I said, nope, it sounds like a great job for you to do. And she got mad at me and started going off about, well, maybe if you stop coming in early and you go home on time, maybe you wouldn't be so tired out. And I said, maybe if you worked a respectable amount here as manager, maybe I could. And I didn't get fired, but I definitely started looking elsewhere. And I had one coworker, and she was great. And I found out that she was looking at jobs at other places, and we left around the same time. But I got a paid internship where I currently work now. And after my first year there, became a full-time position. And I've been there for 14 years now, full-time. So I work with wolves. That's my job. Wolves, wolf conservation. We currently have 30 wolves right now. And over the last several months, I've transitioned into a new role there. So I am one of the, there are now 2 of us that are directly animal care. So we have our curator, which is, I've always found as a weird title, but she's a primary in charge of animal care. And then I am also in charge of animal care and animal care grounds work. And I'm also an educator as well, so I teach programs several times a week. So that's pretty cool. That's my job. I work with wolves, which has always been sort of my dream job. And I get it. I know a lot of people don't like wolves. I am fully aware of the issues with livestock and all that kind of stuff. I am not a I'm not a bleeding heart liberal. I understand the realities of things, but I do think wolves play a very important role, and I love my job. So, what have I been up to lately? Why have I been so exhausted lately? We have we have wolves that belong. Most of our wolves belong to federal recovery programs, and we have a couple wolves that we have hand raised. We call them our teacher wolves, and they come to us as young puppies, and we actually hand raise them for the first couple months of their life. And they help us out with our programs, so visitors get to see some wolves that are comfortable with people. And since May, we have had a new pup that I have been hand raising, helping to hand raise. There are 8 of us, I believe, that are what we refer to as pup nannies, and somebody is with this wolf pup 24/7 since May. So that's what I've been up to. She's just over 3 months old now, and I was in this morning for a little bit at work, and I'm gonna go back up tonight, and 6 o'clock tonight, and I will be with her until tomorrow morning. And it is pretty cool. There are definitely some things that remind you of dogs. Obviously, dogs got most of those things from wolves. But there is also definitely a degree of wildness to her that, yeah, dogs can never hope to achieve. And she's only 3 months old. She'll be playing, and then all of a sudden I'll just see she gets this wild look in her eyes, and she starts stalking across the room and comes over and decides to chew on you for a while. And she's definitely developing some of that adult bite strength. But hopefully this upcoming week she'll be integrated with her new pack. It's the 2 teacher wolves that we raised. One's 11 and one is 2. So hopefully this upcoming week she'll move in with them, and that'll be cool. But yeah, how many people get to say they work with wolves for a living? It's pretty cool, as you might guess. However, the other than this raising a wolf pup, a lot of it's very hands off. Again, they don't really need us. So we We feed most of our wolves deer, and most of that, we're in a fairly rural area, so most of that deer comes from roadkill. So part of my job is going out and getting roadkill deer, bringing that back. Right now we feed out about 5 carcasses a week. So if I ever talk about being in a freezer or anything involving carcasses, that's what I'm referring to. Also not something most people can talk about. It's a very interesting life. But yeah, as you can guess, the wildlife field is not, certainly not one of the most lucrative fields in the world. Not like IT work and things of that sort. So, but again, you know, how many people can say they like their job or they're doing something with their job that they actually feel passionate about? Not many, that's for sure. So I figured I'd finally share that with you guys, what I do for my day job. Ah, a cloud. What a wonderful thing. It is really hot out here. And unfortunately, since I have a good amount of free time today, I brought out one of my biggest pipes. Oh well. I got to mowing today. Just finished. That's good. My family's coming in town next week, so I'll be probably pretty light on videos next week, into next week, at the end of the week into the weekend. But my parents will be coming up, and my brother. They come up and stay with us for a couple of days, hang out with my son. So I'm gonna take a couple of days off of work, which will be nice once Puppy is in with her 2 brothers. That'll be great. I've had 3 full days off in the last 2.5 months. So it'll be nice to finally have a little bit of a staycation, take some time off of work. My son's enrolled in a camp next week at his gym, so that'll be good. That'll get him nice and tired out. We have him. Camps are so expensive. Last week, no, 2 weeks ago, he was in a robotics camp. Last week, he was completely off. This upcoming week, he's got his gym. I'll have a week off. And then, I don't know yet. I might take a little bit more time off of work. I might do a small couple-day getaway. There's a Legoland park maybe an hour and a half north of us. We've never been before, so we might go up there for a couple of days. Luckily, it's close enough. We can leave early in the morning, do a day at the park. I think we'll spend one night at the Legoland Hotel. Just the experience of it. I think my son will really enjoy it. go into the park the next day, and then we'll probably drive home that evening. Just a nice little getaway. Nothing much, nothing crazy. Travel is so expensive right now. I've talked to you guys quite a bit about financial goals, so taking a plane anywhere right now is kind of detrimental to those goals. So that's what's going on here. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed hearing a little bit about the odd life that I live. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.